learn from that. And he wanted to report to you. He was asking me every day when you were coming back.
Oh man,
La la
oh
la la
man, oh
la.
man! I need to meet with him. I need to meet with him as quick as possible.
You need to. I don't know if he will be okay because he's playing a very dangerous game at the moment.
Something dangerous game. La 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 la
Right,
la.
well,
Regime,
that's
regime,
interesting.
regime. Factory,
I mean, at least
factory,
it gives
factory.
us information, which is
Suck my
honestly
penis,
the
suck my
only thing
penis,
we
suck
can
my
get on
penis.
the
Yo, your
Federation right now.
boyfriend
We don't know
went on.
shit. The fuck did you just say to me?
Oh, yeah. Everyone
worries.
announced in front of court live, in front of everyone, that you and him are together.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need all of that to stop happening.
Right.
Like,
You talked to him.
expeditiously.
It was the cover story for something or other.
Okay, well. All right, well, speaking of case, why did we play along with this legal bullshit, Hyper? What else is
Okay,
going on?
I'll
Genuinely.
tell you
Low-key,
my
it's 'cause it was a
perspective,
fun
and I
stream.
need to
God,
also
these guys
hear
hate
why
fun.
Tubbo did it. So, okay, I was against it from the beginning. That's one thing. I did not want this to go to a court case. It sounds so stupid. It's so against the idea of the regime. You telling me the feds built a court?
Who sued, bro? Who sued? Like, whose great brilliant
have
idea
We
no
were
was it for a court
sued
case to happen?
by Alondrissa.
She sued you.
She sued me.
And then in the middle of the case, you decided to sue her.
Yeah, and then I sued her back for bower buns.
Yeah, that's confusing. But I played along because Tubbo wanted to, and the situation was not a regime situation specifically. It was a Tubbo train situation mainly.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
And yeah, he completely put me aside too. He hired Foolish as a lawyer and completely forgot that I exist. So which is fine too.
I wanted Foolish as a lawyer because he knew what he was getting into, you know?
What do you mean by that?
He knew, like, he's done it before, you know? Like,
Yeah,
this ain't his first
clearly.
rodeo. He knew what to expect. He knew what was coming.
Well, I'm not
He had
going
the
to
brief.
talk about this case anymore. It pissed me off so much. They attacked me in the middle of the case, tried to put me in jail.
I feel
They
like
had
you...
plans,
Why?
actually. Just because I threatened Alondra to
Come
kill
on,
her
throw the
just
tape!
because she was playing so dirty in the case.
She was playing dirty. She was a rapscallion.
This is not the game we play. We don't play by the rules. I ran away from the case because I wanted to make a point that we don't just... I won't sit there. That's not what we do.
So,
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Just because, listen, guys, you think about this from like a bigger picture. Think about this from a micro perspective for a second.
You just said
This-
bigger picture and then micro, bro. Those are two opposite meaning
No,
words.
I'm saying you're thinking about this from a bigger picture perspective. Let's go micro for a second.
Okay.
The micro
I'll
is
try my best to go micro.
every day I log on, I spend maybe 90 minutes repairing bullshit damages. Okay? Because neither of you two know how to fix it. Okay? I did this court case and it was over in 3 hours and now none of my shit is touched. And now I can log on and play the game.
All right.
Which
Two
was...
things. The first thing is let's get this beautiful idea out of your head that your shit is not going to get fucked with or touched anymore. Because we've played by definitive rules of ending.
None of these motherfuckers are ever
done
online.
trials by combat, finished conflicts in one way. It always happens. And I don't know whose guarantee it is that this won't happen again, but I wouldn't be so safe.
But it's against the
Secondly-
rules now.
Now, I don't know if you remember, but griefing was against the rules as well. But I didn't see that stop anyone from placing a mine right next to your factory and blow it up, did it, Tubbo?
Yeah, but that was... Now it's been reinforced. You know? We set a new
Because
precedent.
you reinforced it. See, now that's the thing, Tubbo. We don't make our footpath out of better and better materials so that the feet that walk on us do less damage. We break the fucking legs, Tubbo. And I'm doing this and I'm saying this not because it's offensive, but because that is what the regime is all about. And I hear your point about all your shit getting broken, and I understand your point about it being annoying to break it. And I do understand to a certain extent you not thinking that we're fit to fix it, but that is also something that I would like to talk to you about.
Yeah.
See, the reason that I've looked past all these slights, and yes, it is slights, because I see the way that you're going behind the regime to do things with foolish, and how you see the train and everything as yours and not ours. And while I understand the fact of it that comes from your own effort, a lot of that ownership is because you don't let us help you with things. You don't trust us to do things in the way that is the best for all of us. And it is selfish for you to do all of that on your own and then complain that we aren't there to help you or that you're alone in this.
I'm not complaining that you're not. You'd misunderstand, Supreme Leader.
Well, that's the reason you did the court case, isn't it? Because
I
you were
did the
sick
court
of things
case
being broken and you
because
couldn't play.
I built everything on my own. I had a problem which was with myself, and then I solved it on my own. If you don't want me to function independently, I cannot. But then nothing would get done.
That's
Well,
where
you
you're
could have
wrong,
asked
Tabo.
for help.
You didn't solve it independently. You did it under the finger of the Federation. And under the
It
finger
was
of a
totally
court
independent.
system that humiliated us.
How has it humiliated us?
Well, you just heard what I said.
Wait, what was that, sorry?
Well, Hyper was completely slighted by the system, right? They drove him out,
Stand
they
your
threatened to
ground,
kill him,
King.
and they genuinely embarrassed us, isn't it, Hyper?
Trouble, we don't listen to these people. We are not equals with Alondra and whoever just comes to a court case to listen what their fate is. That's not what we do. That's not what the regime stands for. It never was.
We don't let them leave us alone, Tabo. We make them afraid to even think about us.
Yeah. No, I get that. But also, now if we backtrack just a little bit and like redirect and like reestablish, this was the
something.
lowest effort way of solving this problem. And if you were here to solve the problem, I think you're allowed to have input. Since that you weren't here to solve the problem, I think I solved it in a very independent manner, which was quick and the lowest effort and the lowest lift, and has now solved our problems.
I'm not quite sure I understand. Did you just tell me not to have input right now, Tabo, about an
But-
issue that humiliated the name of the regime and the way that they treat us?
The regime wasn't involved.
I'm sorry. Was that train your train over here, or was it a train from the regime? Was it an issue that was done to Tubbo, or was it an issue that affected all of us?
I think it was
Happy
more an issue that was
26
done to
months.
me.
Welcome back to Supreme Leader Dino Dance, Dino Dance.
And then that reflects on all of us.
I must admit, it feels like we might be reaching a bit. I must admit.
No. Well, you're the co-leader of the regime at that point of time, and you bow down to the system. That's what it is.
But also, like, you're forgetting the fact that the whole premise of everything that happened fundamentally didn't make sense. So, if you think about it, with it only, in the name of the case, it wasn't Andrissa v. the regime, it was Andrissa v. Tubbo, okay? Like, the regime was not there. And also, it fundamentally didn't make sense because I didn't even own the train when it hit her to get sued. At that point, it was the Polish's train. And I was still being sued individually.
So you agree it was a bullshit trial?
Obviously. But that doesn't
And
mean
so
we're not
you-
going to play along.
You truly don't see how putting a sword in that person's fucking neck is not a less effort solution to this problem than the humiliation ritual that you had to go through.
Obviously, that is a more effort solution because we do that and then they blow everything up again. And the cycle continues. The cycle has now been broken.
She did all this without any reason. We did not start this.
Exactly,
So what tells
and
you
now
the
it's ended
cycle is
without
broken?
escalation.
What stops them from doing that again? For no reason, just attacking us.
All right. We're talking in circles. Tabo, you've made your point. We're in the shaft, and we're discussing and communicating
shaft.
as
Don't call it
adults.
that.
Yeah.
Now, the situation is done according to Tabo, but when, and I mean when, these people come for us again, and when I say us, I mean any little gizmo or gadget that you built that is blown up, you see it as yours, but we see it as ours. That's why I fought when your factory was blown up without even asking you a second time.
But they
That's
won't
why we ended
repair it
the
or build
conflict
it.
with the North the way we did and reached a moment of peace. And we still have arguable peace now. So I would argue that that effort solution of mine worked perfectly fine until a rogue actor came. Which is why I think when something else happens to us, the slightest slight in our direction, we're doing it mine and Hyper's way next time.
That's great. You can do that, and that is completely okay. However, whenever you and Hyper do that, the repercussions are never for you guys. The consequences of your actions are always affecting me.
All right. Name one consequence of me killing Aldo and ending the North War.
No, because that was the conclusion.
Hello? Is that not what I'm asking for right now?
If, let's say Andrissa did all this stuff today and you went and killed her, yeah, you would have essentially escalated the situation, therefore escalating the damages. Now, the damages which occur in this area is no one's responsibility but mine to repair, which is fine because it is our stuff, and in my role in the regime, I'm happy to repair. However, if you go out and kill everyone that you have an issue with and escalate these situations and escalate these retaliations, it is therefore not fair that there is only me maintaining it.
All right, well, pardon me. Words don't mean much to me. I'd like to recall from experience to understand your point better. So, if I understand correctly, me, the escalator, leads to you, the sufferer, suffering. Now, explain to me why and who, when we went to war with the North last time, who was it that encouraged me to kill the dog that led to the very escalation that caused you the suffering that you claim?
No, because that was a
was
closed
you.
system. I started that, and you ended it, which was great. And there was no retaliation
Now
because we
tell
ended
me-
it.
Now, how did we end it, Tubbo? It ended with me putting a sword through that thing's head. And then we came back to...
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Did he cut off?
Uh-oh. He's having issues. Uh-oh.
Yo.
They DDoSed ASHSWAG. Lizard Squad took him out. No! He's having a stroke! Hyper! Hyper, get an ambulance! Hyper, call an ambulance! He's having a stroke! He's having a stroke! Hyper, get an ambulance! Supreme League, wake up! Wake up!
Hello?
He needs to relog the voice chat authentication server.
Yeah, anyway, Tubbo, about reaching into
Welcome
your
back.
stuff.
Hello?
I swear if you guys can't hear me now.
I hear you, don't worry.
We do hear you.
It was okay.
Just
Lizard
let me
Squad's
say one
taking you
thing.
out. It's like what they did to the Xbox servers.
All right. My point that I was making was
my
that my method of conclusion is tried and tested to not cause further escalation. And we don't have to suffer under the thumbs of the Federation or court case or whatever the hell these la people want us to do.
Right.
And you suffered, and I don't know what suffering you're talking about. Because from what I remember, the escalation that I did, I don't know.
There's a
I don't
difference
know.
between controlled violence and uncontrolled violence. What we did in the North is not a parallel situation to what we've been dealing with the last couple days. In the North was an isolated incident where there was no external factors, and it was actually the opposition's idea to do this duel. So, what we've been dealing with is the last couple days is like dealing with someone who thinks they've been wrong, but they haven't, and then they just continue retaliating while we're not engaging. Oh, Ash, I think you're gone again. You're gone. You got to relog.
How?
Oh, no,
No,
you're
he's
back.
not.
You're back.
He's
Sorry,
not.
the voice
He's
chat
not.
was
He
coming
was
up, but I
just
couldn't hear
silent.
you.
He was just silent.
No.
Tubbo,
Oh.
that's the thing, Tubbo. She is not just mistaken. She is not just thinking she was here. No, she made this up. She
this is
calculated a
bullshit,
plan
Tubbo.
just
This is
to put you
bullshit.
down, Tubbo. That's
Well,
what
she
happened.
definitely
She
did
faked everything.
get hit by the train.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. She knows that it
Okay.
wasn't you. She just decided to make an issue with you. That's
Yeah,
what she.
yeah.
That's
I
what
see.
it's all
Listen, now that
about.
we're
It wasn't attack.
now that we're a 3-person high command, the
Okay.
votes won't be 50-50 anymore if we're disagreed, and we'll be able to come to a conclusion. Now, as much as I like to see the life escape people's eyes, contrary to what you may be thinking, I don't want to end everything in bloodshed. All right, which is why I reached a diplomatic agreement. And yes, what I did with the North is diplomatic by my standards. I can see both of your sides. So next time a situation like this happens, let's convene a high command and vote on what the best course of action is. Whether we
Okay.
continue on the path of pure and frictionless subordination, or we use our fists. And I think both are equally effective methods on our plans to reach world domination. But keep in mind, Tubbo, we will need to exercise both options at some point. All right? I appreciate the work you guys have done over the past 10 days. Let's
It's okay.
make sure that the regime roars again.
Yeah, I got some more stuff to build. I got some future plans. I think I'm going to make a coffee shop. I think that would be nice. Nice place people could socialize.
I like coffee shop. Coffee shop is a good idea. I'll
Yeah.
check on that. Well, I want to do an official registry of regime members because at this point of time, and let me talk you guys through my thought process. We've just been sending out feelers, bribing people saying, hey, are you loyal to the regime? But I'm going to be honest, outside the three of us, and even within the three of us, I'm not so sure people's hearts and souls are with the regime. I mean, I'm thinking about everyone else in it. It's like FitMC, maybe.
Oh, FitMC's
Hawk,
definitely
maybe.
in. He's been so helpful while you've been gone.
Okay, well, I'll need to talk to him to get to know, where his head's at, if he's himself, things like that. Pac says he's my Fufukera, but honestly, he's a jellyfish, just like Foolish, and jellyfish switch sides. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to get an official regime registry of members.
Wait, am I catching
and I will
strays?
make sure to check that and do attendance every now and then. Also, the newspaper, that is the most biased piece of shit newspaper I've seen in my lifetime.
Bro,
like,
who
oh my
cares?
god.
They're funny, though.
Well, everyone cares. We need counter propaganda. This is what I'll ask Pac to do. What do you guys think of the regime times and a bias-free, unbiased source of news that doesn't rely on?
Yes, what we need is
Yo,
unbiased
making a new
state-controlled
business.
media. Yes!
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I feel like we
I love
that
politics.
would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. And listen, it's no longer the regime needs you. That's all that propaganda has been. Now, it's the sovereign needs the regime. We need to go around and make sure that everyone understands our worth, our might, and no longer look at us as just even giants, sleeping giants. We need to be awake and stomping. All right.
Yeah, they will
Yes,
here put in
like
a
the
train
BFG,
in the
bruh.
sky, Tubbo.
Not really F, but we can be BGs. We're not friendly. We're big
BGs.
giants.
BHGs.
And you know what BG stands for?
BDs.
Blue, green. And you know what blue and green make?
Purple! Bish bash
long
ball.
live the regime. Long live the regime. Well, I have to meet
I know.
people, yeah?
Yeah, before you go, I want to mention one more thing to you while on your way. So let's go. Tubbo, I'll be
All
back.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Bye.
luck with building.
You guys are gonna team up and betray me!
No,
Oh, the horror!
happening.
You already
Trust me,
got there
that's not
first,
what's
my friend.
happening.
Oh, the horror! They're gonna kick me out of the regime! I'm gonna have to move
Yeah,
house!
not doing this.
Don't, they're
Don't say
kicking
this
me
to
out the
us.
regime!